What recent policy shift by the World Bank has intensified debate over climate-linked lending? The World Bank expanded climate-conditional lending requirements, tying infrastructure funding more closely to emissions reduction targets and climate resilience measures. Which emerging concern has the International Energy Agency highlighted regarding renewable energy expansion? The IEA warned that shortages of critical minerals such as lithium, cobalt, and rare earths could slow the global transition to renewable energy and electric vehicles. What unusual security issue has gained attention in global defense discussions during 2026? Governments have raised concerns about the vulnerability of undersea internet cables and energy pipelines, identifying them as critical infrastructure targets in modern hybrid warfare. How has Japan responded to long-term population decline in recent policy announcements? Japan expanded incentives for automation, robotics, and workforce participation among older citizens to offset labor shortages caused by demographic declines. What economic trend has renewed fears of long-term stagnation in several advanced economies? Persistently low productivity growth combined with high public debt has reignited concerns about economic stagnation and reduced living standards. Which global governance issue has the United Nations identified as increasingly urgent in the digital age? The United Nations has stressed the need for global rules on data ownership, cross-border data flows, and digital sovereignty. To prevent fragmentation of the internet, what climate-related development has affected food security across multiple regions simultaneously? Prolonged droughts and unpredictable rainfall patterns have disrupted global grain production, increasing food price volatility and food insecurity. How has India positioned itself in recent global manufacturing strategies? India has promoted itself as an alternative manufacturing hub, encouraging foreign investment through production incentives and infrastructure expansion. What unusual financial indicator are central banks increasingly monitoring alongside inflation? Central banks are closely tracking housing affordability and rental stress as indicators of broader financial and social instability. Which trend in global migration has reshaped political debate in multiple regions? Climate-driven migration has intensified, with rising numbers of people displaced by extreme weather, prompting policy debates on borders and humanitarian responsibility. What development in artificial intelligence has raised ethical concerns among policymakers worldwide? The rapid deployment of AI systems capable of autonomous decision-making has raised concerns over accountability, bias, and lack of transparent oversight. How has the North Atlantic Treaty Organization changed its strategic focus to deal with new threats? NATO has placed increased emphasis on cyber defense, space security, and hybrid threats, along with traditional military deterrence. What recent trend has challenged assumptions about globalization and free trade? Governments have increasingly used tariffs, subsidies, and export controls to protect domestic industries, signaling a shift toward economic nationalism. Which social issue have international health agencies linked to rising economic pressure worldwide? Mental health problems like anxiety and depression have been linked to worries about money, job security, and social stability. What long-term environmental risk has gained prominence in international policy discussions beyond climate change? Biodiversity loss has been identified as a critical threat, with ecosystem degradation increasingly considered a risk to economic stability and human well-being.